Good morning, everyone. This is Jay Benavente, and I'm bringing Guam to your doorsteps. Today we are cooking Chorizo Español, or we call Spanish sausage, and these usually come in a green can and now packaged in 3-pound vacuum sealed packages. I am a wholesale distributor and licensed in the state of Kansas. I will be getting these merchandise to you. If you decide to order, please visit our website at chamorrofoodspices.ecrater.com, and the website is going to be down on the bottom of this video. Just click on the link and it'll take you right to our website. Okay, let's get to business. Today we have about 3 to 4 Chorizo Español, or Spanish sausages, cut in half and sliced, as you can see. And then I have a medium yellow onions. I have a half a stick of butter. I have 8 eggs here that I'm going to beat and make out of scrambled eggs. And then I have some shredded Mexican mixed cheese, and that's to put on top as a garnish. And I have 4 to 5 medium-sized baked potatoes that I actually cubed up. Okay, I went ahead and beat up the 8 eggs, and I'm ready to make scrambled eggs. I'm going to use a handful of onions, yellow onions, and I haven't sauteed them out now. The onions are pretty much translucent, so I'm going to get ready here to put down the eggs. I forgot to let you know that I use garlic, black pepper, salt, paprika for coloring, and that's right before when I put on potatoes for coloration. And I also use Ajinomoto. I know a lot of people don't use Ajinomoto these days. That's optional. And but as soon as we get these eggs ready, I would get back with you again. Please stay tuned. Now this is how I scramble eggs. I just take the spoon and bring everything to the center, and as it sets, and I keep doing this throughout the process until you no longer see any raw eggs. Try not to burn your eggs, and don't stir it too hard, so that way you're not going to come up with a bunch of tiny pieces of scrambled eggs. It's kind of really challenging to hold the camera and talk and cook at the same time, so I'm kind of multitasking here. So I'm going to go ahead and put the camera down and finish this. As you see how it's coming together, it's almost completely dry. I still have to stir a little bit more to get all these eggs cooked, and then we're going to go ahead and put it in a bowl. Okay, here's the scrambled eggs, and it's completely done. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in a bowl and set it aside for later. Again, I was able to cook all of this at high heat for a short period. Looks like it's time for some scrambled eggs and rice, but this is for Skillet, so Chorizo Español Skillet, so we're going to have to wait. And now we're going to go ahead and again, I have my heat on high heat, and I'm going to go ahead and put these Chorizo Español in. You hear it sizzling? And I'm going to go put the remainder of the yellow onions, and I'm going to go ahead and just saute these chorizos until they're cooked. Some people like the chorizo kind of a little toast on the toast side. I do both ways. I just kind of want the onions to be translucent and the chorizos to kind of release some of that nice colorful fat, and so that way my skillet's going to have all that nice good flavoring from the chorizo. Again, once I stir fry this and the onions become translucent, I am going to put it back in the container and set it aside, and then I'm going to work on the potatoes. Remember the potatoes, I went ahead and cut them in cubes with the skin on. I just rinsed the potatoes down really good, and I went ahead and cut them in thirds. and I went in and cube them, and that's about 4 to 5 nice size, medium sized, large potatoes. It's smelling so good right now. You want to just have this with rice, but nope. It's gonna continue cooking until we get to the final skillet. The thing that I forgot to tell everybody is I usually put green onions to garnish, and today I just don't have green onions, so I'm going to do without it. But that is definitely an option. As you see, I went from a small frying pan to a stock pot, because the stock pot is where I'm going to actually saute the potatoes until it gets to the point where I'm going to put everything in, because I need a larger pot to incorporate everything else. Okay, now everything is kind of mixed in, and the onions are translucent, so I'm going to go ahead and take a break, and I'm going to put this in the smoke bowl, and I'm going to start cooking the potatoes. Okay, what I did was I did reserve some of the chorizos, is manteca or oil there, and I'm going to now throw in the potatoes, and I'm going to go ahead and season the potatoes. Now I'm going to put black pepper, salt, garlic, ajinomoto, and I may go ahead and put a little more oil here just so that it don't the potatoes don't stick together. A recap: when I was cooking the chorizos, I did not put any oil in the pot. I just put the chorizos dry into the pot, and onions, and just from the oil from the chorizos, that is what I use. So I'm going to use some of the fat here, and so you hear it, and I'm going to go ahead and put a little more oil, season it up, and then I'm going to let it sit, and then as they brown, I'm going to turn it maybe 2, 3, 4 times until all the potatoes are nice and tender, and then that's when I'm going to go ahead and combine the chorizo, the scrambled egg, and I'm going to put the cheese, and you're talking about some good chorizos español, Spanish sausage, skillet that you want to take home with you. Okay, I've already turned it one time. I'm going to go ahead and just turn it. If you see that nice toasty potatoes. And what I'm really trying to accomplish here is I'm trying to get the potatoes to be really nice and tender. So that way when you add everything else, you're going to have a potato that's al dente, but not over cooked. So that is what you're kind of looking for. My thing to it is right now when you first put it in, the potatoes is kind of white, but it starts to be translucent. Once it becomes completely translucent, that is actually getting closer to it being just perfect. So I'm going to continue again cooking them on this side. I'm going to stir it 2 more times, and then I'm going to taste, check the potatoes to see if it's nice and not crunchy, but just between where it's cooked through and tender. And then I'm going to go ahead and start putting in the rest of the stuff. Okay, now I have the potatoes here that appear that I've been turning every 1 or 2 minutes for it to kind of get a really nice brown color. But I really am not aiming for it to be completely brown. I did put oil on top of that, and the seasoning, black pepper, salt, garlic to taste, and ajinomoto. And now I am ready to put in my half a stick of butter, and that's for extra flavoring. And then once this is mixed, I'm going to go ahead and put the chorizos in. And you have to, before you put the butter in, make sure that you taste check, make sure that the potatoes are where you want it to be. Okay. Time for the chorizos. Just pour it in. And then here we go, the eggs. And I'm going to go ahead and stir this up. It's very challenging to have the camera in one hand. It looks like I'm not going to need paprika, but I like coloration, so here we go. I'm just putting enough to make it kind of red. Stir that baby. And then our skillet is done. I'm going to go ahead and what I did was I turned on my heat as of right this minute, and I'm going to go ahead and put this nice cheese on top. This is an 8-ounce bag of Mexican style cheese. I'm going to put half of it, and then I'm going to stir these and get the cheese incorporated, and then I'm going to go ahead and garnish the top with cheese once I get it to the serving bowl. Look at all that cheese just melting and looking so yum, yum, yum. Okay. I think my camera is kind of fogging up because I got it too close to the product. Okay. And here is our final product. We have the Chorizos, Espanol or Spanish sausage, skillet. And I did just put a little shredded cheese on top because I wanted to have you guys see how delicious it looked. And now that you guys are able to do that, I'm going to go ahead and garnish it with a lot more cheese so that when the family eats into it, they're going to have that gooey, good cheese. Some people would probably prefer to put this in the oven and let it kind of melt, but to me, if it's the chorizos, it's still kind of warm, and it would eventually what do you call it, melt. So give it a try, take it home, and hopefully you can have the same experience I have. Again, and this is my Chorizos Espanol skillet, and I'm going to go ahead and get some here because I gotta try this. Got to try it. Just look at that. There's sausage everywhere. I'm going to try to cover this up so that they don't know that I ate from it. But it really looks good. I got about everything here. And I know some people don't like to show themselves, and I don't either, but